Not the stream. All right, what's going on? JJ Wilson is here. This is a special stream. We're actually going to watch another stream. That's why I labeled it a test stream, because I wanted to make sure my audio is working. I'm on a new laptop. It's not that new now. I bought it like a couple of months ago. But what's weird is on this new laptop, I got the camera shining, but I got, of course, the screen blocked with the avatar here. But yeah, it looks like the only people here right now is Ash and Gaming Geek. So real quick, let me jump on YouTube and make sure the channel is live. It should start any minute now. Excuse me. One moment. Yeah, I'm checking the date. It's July 10th. It's supposed to start at 7:15. And I'm not going to say the guy's channel. You'll probably know once you see it. But apparently his guest is a guy that practices polygamy. Yeah. That's what I'm waiting on right now. But other than that, I didn't have anything planned per se. This is like the main thing that I was kind of waiting for. I thought about going live early, but I was like, there was like a bunch of other videos I was trying to catch up on because I had no time for YouTube at all yesterday, doing yard work and everything. So I just didn't have any time for it at all. But whoever else is here, you can make your presence known while we're patiently waiting. Oh, better yet, actually, there is something else I want to show y'all real quick while we're waiting on this dude to go live, assuming he does go live. And if he doesn't go live, I can always delete the stream and I can just come back another day as long as this audio is working. Oh, what's good, Welch? Welch is in the building. Yeah, we're waiting on a live channel right now. They haven't started yet, but this might be hilarious because shout out to Sigma Jones. He informed me about this special live stream coming up. And when I saw the title, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy cannot be serious. So that's what we're waiting on. I'll stay longer once I see that they are live. Oh, congrats on your birthday. You're 21. Now you're old enough to drink. But real quick, let me show y'all another video. This junk had me dying laughing. And YouTube did not ban this. Fair use. Doggone it. This was crazy. No, it wasn't that video. Where is it? Yeah, here it go. I'll share the screen in a moment. But man, this was crazy. I don't know if you guys been paying attention what's been going on in Sri Lanka, but it is wild, man. It is absolutely wild. Let me share the screen right now. Let's see. Yeah. Wait till y'all see this. This is nuts. No, I want the window.
Young and old flock into the Sri Lankan president's house, seeing for themselves how this political dynasty has been living in luxury. A glimpse into the life of once the most powerful person in the country.
Look at that, man. These guys are on treadmills. Treadmills.
Most could never afford. Nowhere was off limits. A perfect place to pose.
Look at that.
6 months, people were struggling in the queues. People are in the fuel queues. People are in the gas queues. But now people have hope.
This is
Look at the pool.
The newest tourist attraction. Everybody wants
that pool is dirty now.
Of this historic day. The protest leaders who stormed the president's house, now tour guides.
Tour guides.
Urging people not to steal, vowing that they will not leave until the president and the prime minister actually step down.
We can't trust them. Since independence, since 1448, we trust politicians and we lost everything that we had. So we are not going to trust them. We are stay here until they resign.
The police just look on, making no attempt to stop the crowds who have taken over the heart of Colombo. For months,
it's going down in that country, man.
Demanded their president take the fall for the country's economic ruin. And then the anger exploded. Infuriated by the madness of a country unable to afford to buy the most basic supplies, food, medicine, and fuel. This is what remains of the Prime Minister's house. He said he is willing to resign once a new government is formed. Now his home is reduced to ashes. This appears to be the end of the Rajapaksas and their nearly 20-year-long grip on power. They've brought the country to its knees, leaving it broke and its people humiliated. People power has replaced political power, but the government is still negotiating with the International Monetary Fund for a $3 billion bailout. Without that, this euphoria may be short-lived.
That's crazy, man. That's wild. Oh, you didn't see the picture? Okay, let me try again. Yeah, y'all gotta see the picture. Hold on. Hey, I didn't realize I didn't get the picture right. Hold on. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Chrome tab. Here you go. Watch this again.
Seeing for themselves how this political dynasty has been living in luxury. A glimpse into the life of once the most powerful person in the country.
I did it right this time.
Swarming into what was the country's most exclusive gym.
Treadmills.
Trying out equipment most could never afford. Nowhere was off limits. The beds, a perfect place to pose.
In the past 6 months, people were struggling in the queues. People are in the fuel queues. People are in the gas queues. But now people have hope.
Bigger.
This is Colombo's newest tourist attraction. Everybody wanting to snap their memento of this historic day.
That pool dirty now, man. Look at that.
The protest leaders who stormed the president's house, now tour guides, urging people not to steal.
Hey, don't steal, but you can tour the palace.
The president and the prime minister actually step down.
We can't trust them. Since independence, since 1948, we trust politicians and we lost everything that we have.
Oh, sorry,
so we are not going to trust them.
It's only one strike for right now. If they do it again tonight, I know I gotta quit.
The police just look on, making no attempt to stop the crowds who have taken over the heart of Colombo. For months, die-hard demonstrators demanded their president take the fall for the country's economic ruin. And then the anger exploded. Infuriated by the madness of a country unable to afford to buy the most basic supplies, food, medicine, and fuel.
It's going down, man.
This is what remains of the Prime Minister's house. He said he is willing to resign once a new government is
He's out of the
formed.
country, by the way.
Now his home is reduced to ashes. This appears to be the end of the Rajapaksas.
I'll go ahead and stop the video now, but that junk is wild, man. That is absolutely wild. Now let's see if the main attraction is live. Let's see. Okay, he moved it to 720. They're not live yet. They are not live yet. Doggone it. I don't know if you guys have any requests. Shout out to Gaming Geek. He put out that funny video that he posted earlier today of Dragon Ball. These Dragon Ball fanboys still. Oh man, they're still milking the crap out of that movie. It's just insane. But with your permission, I will share that video if you don't mind. Let me look for it first. That junk was funny, man. I'm not even gonna front. The final bleep pull suck off. That's the title. Hold on. Let's share screen this again.
Look at that ass! Boma! Boma! What you been doing? I didn't know you got... Boma. You're fucking me up, baby. Oh, boy, yeah. You're making me...
Okay,
I want to be a YouTuber and make YouTube videos. Go! Go, 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 go! Go!
Wow. Wow. It's like they always got to come up with something just to get a rise out of you. And that, like, you're on their page, you're on their same level page, just having a big old laugh with them. Like, nah, it's not even like that, dude. Masako X is a chill dude. Not with these titles. Not with some of these, clickbaity titles that they be putting up. But yeah, the movie comes out next month. Dragon Ball Superhero. I believe it's August 11th. Is that the date? I have to double check on that. But yeah, it will be out like within a month's time. So yeah, if you want to go purchase tickets, then by all means, have at it. Tell us how you think about it. I'm probably not going to watch it. Not paying for it anyway. But if I do watch it, it'll be completely for free. So I'm not giving away any of my money thinking I'm sucking them off, because that's not happening. Super Zero, exactly. Exactly. Let's see if they're live now. Well, I gotta say something. Nah, it keeps getting postponed. Come on now. I want to hear some laughs out of this. It's about polygamy, harems. This is what the people came to see tonight. Shoot, I could have been playing some more PS4 right now. Shoot, I don't know if there's anything else I want to share before we hear the main attraction. But at least I finally got the lab to work on my new laptop, because that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this. I just wanted to make sure it was actually working. And so the sound is legit, because my old laptop, I was kind of fuzzy with the audio and everything. It was real fuzzy. It was hard to hear. So I'm glad this is working good. Okay, I think here's another video of the Sri Lanka protests and government overthrow. I got to make sure this is the one that had the guy swimming in the pool, because that jump was crazy.
I was like, perfect, cold.
Hang on a sec. Waiting for these ads to get through. Them dudes was all over a pool. Okay, I don't think this is... Yeah, this is it. Okay, watch this. Oh, yeah, they were climbing the palace. Oh, my gosh. They were climbing the palace. This is crazy.
As authorities stood by and watched, some scaled the walls of the colonial-era mansion. Once inside, they strolled through the residence, taking selfies in its stately rooms, while others took a dip in the compound's garden pool.
Yeah! They all up in the pool, man. All up in that man's pool. That's what I'm talking about.
An unprecedented economic crisis has subjected the island nation's 22 million people to months of hardship, which in turn has led to months of unrest, culminating in the storming of the presidential compound and the burning of the Prime Minister's residence.
They burned that sucker down, boy. They burned it down. Man, they all up in the pool like it's theirs. And then they dirtied it up. It was like super blue, now it's brown. You know, those guys didn't have showers. Not for a long time. They just like, oh, we're going to take a swim. We're going to take a nice swim. Oh, man, it's crazy. Whew. I'm not sure if there's anything else to watch other than the main stream that I'm waiting for. And I'm not going to stay on the entire time for that stream. I just want to hear what this guy has to talk about with his stance on polygamy. Oh, snap. A state of emergency in Balochistan, Pakistan. I wonder what this is about. Let's see.
Intense floods have claimed 77 lives and injured.
Let's see what this hot girl has to say.
Pakistan. Several have been left homeless as the heavy rains continue to batter the country. As per officials, a majority of 57 people have died in the southern province of Balochistan, and 8 dams have burst due to the heavy flooding. Pakistan's Navy has said that it is joining efforts to deliver rations and evacuate citizens in Balochistan. The government has announced a state of emergency in the provincial capital. According to the Pakistani Minister for Climate Change, rescue operations are continuing in the remote areas, but are being hampered due to the heavy rains. Now, she said that rescuers are trying to contact the survivors with the help of the national and provincial disaster management authorities. The minister told people to be careful as the rains are 87% more than the average downpour. The Pakistan Meteorological Department said that the rains are occurring due to the low air pressure in the south of Sindh. Now, it added that the rains are expected to continue until the 8th of July. According to a disaster management agency, 24 people have also been killed by floods in the east and south of neighboring Afghanistan.
Wow, that's terrible. I don't know for all the geography fans out there, that's a region in Pakistan. So apparently there's been some flooding going on. That's crazy. Oh, Killer J's in the building. What's good, man? Hey, I apologize for not talking lately, man, because I've been busy, dog. Like, I've been on vacation, so I was out of town for a while. I'm coming back, and I had a bunch of work to do. And then yesterday I was busy at home, so I ain't really had no time for Discord, man. So I'm doing this live now because for 2 reasons. I got a new laptop. I bought it months ago, but I never did a live on here yet. And I was having microphone issues, but I think I solved it kind of. So it's working now, so you can hear me. And we're waiting on a live stream, a special live stream that I was informed by another subscriber of mine. And I'm a subscriber to his channel. This other channel I want to see, it has a guest on here, and he's like a pro polygamy guy. And we're in for education if these guys go live. So that's what I'm waiting on. Yeah, how's everything, though, on your end, Killer J? All right, I think they're live right now. They are live. Let's see. I want to hear what they have to say first before I show the screen. Let me get up out of here. Oh, okay, that's a Killer J. He's a game channel, so he's showing off his latest video. But yeah, these guys are live right now. Let's see what they got to say. So let me hear the audio. I'll wait for these ads to get through again. Let me get out the get back to default view. More ads. Hurry up. Oh, what's good, Josh? Yeah, we're in a test stream and a special. So we're about to listen to a live. And I was subscribed to this channel until I heard some stuff I didn't really like anymore. And then I left out of there. So now this dude has a guest coming up. And let's just say he's a pro harem guy. So I want to hear this. Okay, here we go.
Applied for the divorce. And I was overseas at the time on military duty to Kuwait/Iraq. And I ended up doing that. You know, we were separated. We moved, before my deployment, we had already separated, me and my ex, my first wife or what have you. And like I said, I had filed for the divorce and everything, had my lawyer, all nine. Then I ended up meeting my second wife. Which she would become my second wife in she's from Johannesburg, South Africa, right? So we met.
Yo, what's up, Sega Lover?
Facebook, some way, somehow.
I'm watching live right now.
Stories always change. I was like, you poked me.
You see the title.
This is way back when people used to do pokes on Facebook. I don't know if people remember that, but I remember that she had poked me in, and I requested her for a friend request, And anyways, we started talking, and we ended up courting. She was Muslim as well, and my wife had converted to Islam after I had went on deployment. My first wife, she wasn't Muslim before, so she converted to Islam. Was a brand new Muslim. You know, she wanted to continue our relationship, and in Islam, you can have up to 4 wives. So,
Ooh,
you know,
4.
I presented it to, you know, I'm like, well, you know, I'm already courting this other woman, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I talked to her about it, and, you know, that's kind of like the start, you know, the South African woman, right? You know, I talked to her about it, and, you know, that was a start. We introduced, this is back in 2010, I introduced them both on Yahoo Messenger, and, you know, we just started rolling from there, man. But it was, you know, there was a lot of bumpy roads, and yeah, so neither of those 2 wives I'm with anymore, but that was the case.
Okay, so what is your current situation right now? So you have an American wife, you have you have 2 Kenyan wives, and you have 1 South African wife. Is that correct, bro?
No. So no, I'm not, like I was saying, that those 2 wives that back in 2010, that journey came to a close, right? I'm no longer with either of them. I mean, I have a child with my first wife, but my second wife, we didn't have any children, so you know, we
your girl's in South Africa right now
on WhatsApp and on the phone or whatever.
Hold on a sec.
We don't have a relationship at all.
Yeah, so basically, this is a live stream, Sega Lover. This is IP. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say the actual channel, but you can type that title, why men should practice polygamy when dating. So yeah, so his guest over here, he's a pro harem polygamy guy, and obviously he's Islamic. So that's what we're listening to right now. And you say your girl's in South Africa? Really? I don't know if she's into this kind of stuff, but let's keep listening.
Okay, let me ask this, Krisha. When you first met Gerard, right? Or when Gerard first told you that, yes, I want an additional wife.
Oh yeah, Gaming Geek is from South Africa too, Sega Lover. He might know the girl.
Well, when we first started, I had already known that he practiced this lifestyle, or the polygamous lifestyle. So when he told me, it wasn't a surprise or anything like that. So I didn't have any type of feelings. Like, I was already interested in the lifestyle before I met him.
Oh,
and
snap.
So when he courted, or when we wanted to court, we were already courting as if we would practice the lifestyle.
Okay.
Wow.
When you say interested, so are you telling me that you have side dudes, Carisha, or you know that men have more than one woman and you're okay with that, or do you also have multiple boyfriends, Carisha?
No. First, let me say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I send peace and blessings. I believe that there is no God but Allah, and Prophet Muhammad is his last messenger. I send peace and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, his family, and his companions. No, I do not believe in side boyfriends or
this is a special live stream, by the way.
The faith that I practice, when I say interested, what I mean is I knew about the lifestyle because of the faith that I practice. And the fact that I practice is Islam, and the Prophet Muhammad had multiple wives at one point in time. And so when I mean interested, is I was eager or interested
aware of it,
into learning about, into practicing and having that type of marriage.
Wow.
To your question, I do not believe in having multiple husbands or boyfriends within the bounds of Islam. We don't have boyfriends or girlfriends. The whole point of courting is to get married. And so that is where that's what I believe in, what I stand for.
Damn.
This is fantastic, Carisha. That's what I want to hear, because Carisha, I'll tell you this right now.
And you see the main host is down for it. He's down for...
Men can have
different... Hang on, let me pause it. I mean, not pause it, but... So, basically, this is IP. I'm not going to say his full channel name. And he's got a guest on here. I forgot the guy's name, but that's one of his wives talking right now. That's one of his wives. So this dude has multiple women. He's Islamic. So he has multiple women. So she just stated that it's all right for her to not see other men, but just be devoted to that one guy that's on the mic right now. That's wild. Okay, let's keep listening.
There are no standards And I would not recommend that. I would recommend a man finding wives, and I also would recommend to any woman who is interested or with a man who wants to practice a lifestyle to not accept to be a girlfriend or whatever title that he's giving you. If you are not a wife or a wife, I would suggest that you leave that situation.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Carisha. But I'm okay with having multiple girlfriends. And then when I make them my wives, I'll make them my wives. But I don't expect my girlfriends to have different side dudes. That's a big no. So I kind of agree with you there, but I disagree with you to a certain extent. So let me go to Mr. Gerard. So Gerard, interesting.
You're gonna break up with her?
So,
oh man, damn.
This is very interesting. So, what are the benefits of having more than more than one wife? Okay, why should brothers have more than one foreign wife and more than one foreign girlfriend, bro?
Ooh, big one right here.
I mean, again, it's to each his own. I'm not. I tell you how it would benefit me. I'm not promoting polygyny, because that's what it is. It's polygyny, more specifically, one man, multiple women. Because the polygamy actually means just one man, multiple spouses, or multiple girlfriend. I'm sorry, polygamy is multiple partners. I'm sorry, or multiple spouses. So you can have and within polygamy,
it's crazy.
What we're talking about is polygyny, which is one man, multiple women, and you got one man, because you also have one woman, multiple boyfriends, and what you were talking about before. That's called polyandry, right? And then there's this thing called what is it? Polyamorous, right? Or which means many loves, where everyone's doing everything. That's disruptive.
Open relationship, basically.
So I say the benefit of it is that you got two or more people, depending on how again, in Islam you're limited to 4, but obviously this is not a religious channel. So, and I don't I am Muslim, but I don't prescribe my religious beliefs on everyone else, so that's up to the people to accept or not accept. But the main thing is that for me as a male, right, like I've never been, monogamy is just not for me, and most men aren't monogamous, whether they're religious or not. They're just not monogamous to me. I don't think men were built that way. I don't think God built us to be monogamous with one woman. That's a foreign concept, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, actually the oldest forms of religion of marriage is actually polygyny. Polygyny is the oldest, one man, multiple women. That's the way it actually was, and it was only until when the Christians, when Christianity first started, when it was coming out of Judaism, and the Gentiles were becoming the new, more populace of the Christians. And
what up, Cypher? What's going on?
Had in place, the Greeks and Romans had already had a legal monogamy. And so Christianity conformed to what was already the social and legalness of the state prior hand.
Oh,
and that's where you get all of a sudden Christianity saying
we're not in those times anymore.
There's no polygamy anymore.
I get that, bro. But what's the benefit, in actually having?
The benefit is that you could be your true self. That's the benefit. That's one of the benefits.
Well, you're in for a treat, Cypher, man. They talking about polygamy.
If a marriage,
how would you like to have multiple women
getting together financially
in this modern era?
Like a good thing, right? It's better than having one person, right? You get a spouse, and the idea is that your spousal income
preach, geek. Tell them
more. Wouldn't it be more?
We ought to jump on this live stream and just ask that.
More
like, come on, my guy,
in a family to depend on, to rely on. You know what I mean? It's not just two people like in mother and father. You know what I'm saying? There's mother, there's father, and multiple women. You know what I mean? There's more to help with it as far as child rearing. Like I said, find more hands that can help with financially or what have you, to a certain extent. And again, also it's really the true nature of male. I don't have any psychological issues. Everyone's
Spider-Man says, "Oh gosh."
Otherwise, I couldn't be here today because she's one is really early in Kenya. But everything's above board, so it's not this whole like, are you cheating, and things of that nature. You don't have that, right? That's the main benefit, man. So for me, I could be my true natural self.
So this one, let's go on to my next question.
He's spreading his seed, all right.
How is your relationship dynamic like, right, Gerard? Are you providing for both your wives? Like you're giving them money?
Oh, this should be good.
And how are you affording that, bro? Or do they have their own jobs?
What up, K-Dub?
Pay for the old stuff, but when it comes to big spending, they come to you. How does it work?
You're in for a treat tonight.
In terms of finances, bro?
So as far as finances
you see the title.
So right now, my wife here in America, she does work. You know what I'm saying? And so we split our bills together. My wife in Kenya, because she's actually pregnant in Kenya right now. I have to be more. I'm supporting more of her. You know, right now. You know, as far as like me and her aren't sharing bills, it's pretty much on me. You know what I'm saying? So
he's sharing the bills with his wives, but one is more important than the rest.
Pregnant, you know what I'm saying?
Keep that in mind.
So that's a whole different ball of wax. Eventually, at some point, you know, she'll come online. You know, she was actually had her own business, clothing business or what have you, and so that's something that her going to invest in, get her back, you know, doing her clothing business or what have you. Prior to the COVID, that's what she had. So we're going to work on that, and that's the reason why I'm doing a dual approach. Where I'm trying to also, you know, immigrate and become a permanent resident and legal citizen of Kenya, so I can actually be part of being able to open the business, so on and so forth. The cost of living is way cheaper in Kenya, you know what I mean? So in actuality, that's how it's working as of right now, you know.
Okay.
So
wow.
Let me now ask Carisha a question. So Carisha, let me ask you this. What is your relationship with his Kenyan
McGee says he's seen pastors and Indian Muslims with 2 wives, but it's not a normal thing.
Or is there some sort of competition?
It's not for everybody.
Keep it with us, Carisha. I mean, obviously, we want to know how
would that even work, man? You're like a kid
that's sharing the love,
and your dad has like 5 wives. People are gonna wonder, like, who's your mom?
Let me see. Let me think. Actually, our relationship is fairly new.
Huh.
We are at the, you know, getting to know each other stages. As far as like jealousy.
Wow, they haven't even been married that long.
I don't have any to speak for myself. Because I've been practicing or living a lifestyle for for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, I take that back.
A lot of things that I would consider jealousy, like they disappear over time because as you like grow together, as you know,
that makes sense.
Another, as you
marriage is costly these days. You gotta be damn near a millionaire
like
to be able to afford that kind of lifestyle.
Sister life, or you know, and you mold into like your husband, and you kind of, you know, have your own groove. And so once you learn like the personalities and, you know, idiosyncrasies, everybody has them. Like it's something.
I want to keep listening to this first.
That may be annoying or maybe, you know, uncomfortable, because people are human. Like to go into situations to thinking that you know, nobody's going to make mistakes or everybody is perfect and we're just all going to get along 24/7. That's very unrealistic. And so with this wife, I haven't had any of those feelings. Previous wives, because I was very new to practicing, I've had I went through that. But like I said before, like through the experiences and, you know, having clear communication and not being afraid to like say how you feel with each other, it eases that, you know, being empathetic and sympathetic to each other.
K-Dub, he's got 4.
And
he's got 4 wives.
It is very helpful.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Carisha. Thank you. So this is a very interesting conversation so far. I want to ask this question to Gerard, right? In terms of, have there been any difficulties in having more than one wives that, you know, you have experienced in the past or you're experiencing currently?
I don't think that's his wives, actually. That's just something that the host put up.
It may be too expensive for one wife, or you know, just things that come out of having 2 wives, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. So like my wife was saying earlier, you know, she knew about it because I actually had two wives prior to me and her courting. So, and those two wives, you know, are no longer in the picture anymore. So,
wait, what? They're not in the picture anymore.
Very difficulties, and honestly, I feel like that's why I ended up deciding to look for, you know, someone in Africa, specifically because, you know, the lifestyle is much more supported by, you know, just in general.
Oh, interesting. So Kenya, his first wives were in America?
In Kenya, whereas it's not legal here in the U.S.
I must have missed that part.
You know, more women, I mean, it's also part of the tradition in Kenya, even those who are not Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Those who are quote unquote Christian or practice traditional religion or whatever, practice polygamy over in Kenya, or polygyny to be more specific. So they're already kind of a culture to it, and it's not so much of a, you know, pull or whatever. You know, like I think my previous wives went ahead with it because they were interested in me, but over the period of time, like they did it because you know they were attached to me. Excuse me, but you know, living in it, like for real, like the idea could sound good, like okay, cool, I can deal with it, or I love you so much, I'll, you know, try it or whatever, but it's the day to day that can be quite difficult, you know. It is pressure for me to perform. It definitely is not all about just having sex or whatever. It really isn't, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, it was times where, yeah. Anyway, okay, but yeah, it is. There's no doubt. You want to have culture classes, personality classes, but that's all part of being, you know, the lead or the head. You have to know how to deal with that and navigate that.
Fantastic, bro. So let me ask this, brother. How does the American government feel about your two wives? I'm pretty sure polygamy is illegal in America.
Oh, he does have two wives. Okay, so the other two girls he stopped messing with. Okay.
So here's the thing. Again, like I stated in the beginning. Excuse me, I'm having a little issues with my throat. I'm not legally married. So
whoa, what?
So I haven't broken any bigamy laws, you know. So in America, bigamy is to be legally married to two people at the same time is against the law. But you know, a man can have as many, you know, relationships that or anybody for that matter. That's not illegal, so to speak.
Wow.
So from that perspective, I'm legally covered as well. And then the odds are with anyone, you know, like, you know, how could they prosecute me for anything? You know, I'm into, you know, it's all consensual, you know, so on and so forth. I think the problem could possibly lie in the fact that, let's say, for instance, I bring my Ethiopian wife, you know, the Kenyan, but she's Ethiopian by descent. If I bring her to the U.S., there is a question that says, are you bringing someone over for the purposes of practicing polygamy? That is something they do ask, because I know of this because of my previous wife that I was married to, that Eritrean. That's
oh boy.
So, I mean, that's the only maybe stickler or whatever, but I don't plan on bringing it. Like, again, I've told you in our previous streams, like the plan for my wife to come here to live permanently, the one in Kenya, is that's not the plan. So, so I'm really devoid of all of that. So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting, bro. Interesting. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. So,
this is fascinating.
This is Krisha, right?
Brilliant.
I know you're an American woman. How do you feel about, you know, Gerard stepping out to date to marry a foreign woman? Because on this channel, you know, I preach and practice Black men to date and marry foreign women. And no shade to you, Krisha, you know, but foreign women, in my opinion, are better than American women and Western women. Western culture, the way women think, the way they treat men, it's a bad deal, in my opinion, to marry and date one. But I'm sure you're different, because Gerard, I know him very well. He definitely makes right decisions. So how do you feel about, you know, Black American men marrying and dating foreign women, Krisha?
Like, we need to know her opinion on that.
I was very supportive of it. Oh, okay, I know.
What the hell?
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Yes, give me
it's the
one
kid.
more.
He wants some candy.
I was very supportive. I think that there is culture differences. But like I said before, when you, and I hate to bring it back to like faith-based, because I know this isn't like a
probably the son
channel, and I don't expect anybody to adhere to what I believe in or what I'm guided by. But it also helps me not put things in a vacuum. Like I know plenty of Black American women who are supportive of practicing polygamy, and I know plenty who are not. And I know that when it comes to, there are like clashes when it comes to, you know, dealing with foreigners versus Americans, but we also have to understand like the context of where we live. Like, you know, we live in a country where a lot culture is not supported, it's suppressed. So with that being said, him marrying somebody from Africa or somebody that's foreign is like, it's acceptable to me. I don't feel like it's a difference. Like I know that there's different experiences, but like as far as like jealousy or somebody, you know, taking my husband or anything of that nature, like I don't have those feelings or, you know, I guess animosity or anything like that. Like I was
Morpheus,
like, okay,
I'm glad you're here, man.
You know, you're in for a treat more tonight. Worried about the person's character than whether or not they were a foreigner. Honestly,
we're on a live stream right now.
Especially because,
this is
like
one of the wives.
You know, like you stated, like this is in Africa, that's something that is practiced, is culture, is, you know, day to day, people know about people, different marriages and, you know, practicing polygamy. Whereas over here it's practiced like more underground. The only reason I, you know, practice is because also my faith, right? So I have a different perspective of practicing, and you know what my faith teaches me is you look at somebody's character. You know, you look at whether somebody is a good fit for your family spiritually, not because they're from another country or because they speak a certain way or, you know, whatever the case may be. And I've been asked this question before because, you know, a lot of Black women feel like, you know, to a certain extent, like we are being abandoned to fend for ourselves, and we are being abandoned to hold down families like we've been doing for over the years. I'm not going to negate that. I'm not going to negate those experiences that I know about and that I've experienced.
She's speaking from her perspective.
But I still can't let that.
That's what she means by spirituality.
I still
talking
can't
about
let
her
that
faith
be something that's
in Islam
that hinders me in like my practice or what I believe in. So I'm more worried about whether somebody is a good fit for my marriage, not whether or not they're a foreigner or not, because I have plenty of foreign friends and of different races and nationalities. I've lived the Black life. I'm from like Detroit, Michigan, poverty, you know, all that good stuff.
Okay, so she is American. She's from Detroit.
Everything that you can experience.
This one talking right now is American.
As far as like knowing about bad courtships,
but she's Islamic.
Courtships, and so that's what I focus on. I don't really focus on him marrying somebody that's a foreigner.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Krisha. Great answer there.
So Morpheus, if you're still here, this is IP's channel. So basically, they're talking to this guy, and he has two wives. He's got one from the States, he's got another one living in Kenya.
We want educated Black
he's
men
educating the guys on the chat about polygamy and the benefits of polygamy.
Okay, that means the
that's what you're
majority
listening
of
to
Black
right now.
men will be in America and in the West. Pookie, Ray Ray's, Tyrone's, a lot of them won't be traveling, okay? They'll be educated brothers. So it means that there'll be more women out there, more foreign women than educated Black men. So there's going to be times when you want to have more than one girlfriend or more than one wives. And I'm okay with that, brothers, to be honest with you. I definitely see a benefit in having multiple girlfriends and multiple wives. If you disagree, that's okay with me. Some brothers just want one girlfriend and one wife, and that's totally okay as well, brothers. So I'm going to open up the phone lines.
Oh boy.
I'd like people to call in to ask our guests questions regarding their polygamy and their relationships and their current relationships, and yes, and please be respectful. Any disrespect will result in punishment or adults, okay? So please be respectful to our guests, please. So Jordan, let me ask this, Gerard, regarding your Ethiopian Kenyan wife. Okay, how does she feel about Carisha?
Oh, she. I mean, for me, I wish she could have been on here, but I had to speak for her. But like, she feels very comfortable with Carisha from what I gathered. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, so they don't talk much because they live in two different countries.
And so she's not too comfortable with. She's like, well, when you make them their wife, because she's Muslim as well. She's like, when they're their wife, then I'll deal with them. I said, okay, well, I just left it at that. You know what I'm saying? But Carisha, she's like, Carisha's your wife, so I don't have any problem with communicating with her or what have you. So that's the reality. I'm being straight up, no chaser about that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, as far as her feelings towards, she has nothing but good feelings for Carisha. She was trying to, she wanted me to pick out something for her.
Mr. IQ, I don't know.
Before I left, she wanted to give to Carisha. You know what I'm saying? My wife just recently had a baby. You know what I mean? She congratulated my wife.
Congratulations.
Baby. I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. Yep. She's a week old she's a week in the day now. So the only thing is distance in time. Kenya's 7 hours ahead of U.S. time, so I mean that's also maybe that. And
yeah, that girl's asleep. She's not gonna stay up 2 a.m. talking about this.
I'm going over. My plan is to go over and for another 2 months later this year, because my wife in Ethiopia, in Kenya, she's pregnant as well. She's pregnant now.
Oh my goodness. So, they're both pregnant.
I'm going for birth of mine. I don't know the sex of the child yet. She has to get her ultrasound to get that done.
How is he gonna do this?
So yeah, man.
How?
This is all. Everything's out in the open, dude. So that's
in modern times now.
Thing about it for me.
Two baby mamas at the same time.
Let me ask this, bro. So
may I comment on something?
Yeah, go on. Yes.
I want to comment on like the mindset of like, even though cultures are
right now,
are different, or I guess what I'm trying to say is just because someone is from another country or a foreigner doesn't mean they necessarily are for polygamy. It honestly depends on the woman and that person's mindset. Like, you can run into
holding that baby while she talking.
Country or from all over the world. That doesn't mean that they are supportive or want to live a lifestyle of polygamy. Like, that's a conversation that you need to have, regardless of whether or not whoever you decide to court or marry. And I think that to talk about each, I guess, woman differences in a vacuum is not very like conducive to like promoting polygamy, because I know plenty of foreigners who are like not for polygamy, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim. It depends on the woman. And then also it depends on the male being open and honest. Like, a lot of times even men themselves don't know that they are polygamous, which is something that I've realized through experiences, or some men. I'm going to
should tell you something.
Some men. So it's like it's a growth that you come into over the years, maybe, or you realize, like Gerard said, like I came to the realization, like, hey, I cannot be a one woman.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's when you need to decide, like, everybody or every person that you talk to.
Some countries do allow it.
This is the lifestyle that I live.
Don't take an issue.
I'm interested in you. What do you think about it? Like, that should be like the most important conversations that you have when you're when you want to live this nice, when you want to live the lifestyle, or you want to practice polygamy. To see what somebody's mind that is, and if this is something that they want to do.
Hey, the baby need a pacifier.
With that said, Carisha, though, with that said, I'm gonna say this: the odds of you finding with a foreign person is way higher. So we got to go off of probability, not possibility, right? Is it possible to find an American woman that's cool with polygyny? It's possible, but not as probable, right? Whereas in Kenya, it's highly probable, way more probable to find it in Kenya or in countries that practice.
Hey, Sigma, I think we know all about that. Kenya
that don't. So
like Oliver, anybody?
So that's my add on to what you just stated.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
So before I bring in someone called Buck Travel, hold on there, bro. So so it's clear that Gerard is attracted to a black woman. I spoke to him directly, and most of his relationship is with black women. So Gerard, would you ever consider, you know, maybe marrying a Muslim Asian chick, a Muslim Latina chick, a Muslim white chick, or she gotta be a sister, bro?
I mean, honestly, man, you know, I would, if the stars would have to align. You know what I'm saying? It just would have to align, to be honest with you. You know, here's my thing. You know, I've interracially dated previously. You know what I mean? And at times, you know, I haven't, you know, my journey in Islam, I'm definitely not the perfect poster boy Muslim. You know, my wife is way more observant. Both of my wives are more observant than I am in a lot of aspects. So I put that out there as well. So you know, I used to date. I did have girlfriends and I, you know, so on and so forth. And at one point in time of my life, in the beginning of my life, you know, I primarily dated out of my race, and with, you know, white, Hispanic, Asian, so on and so forth. And what I ultimately discovered in that is that a lot of other races look down on black people. And it's like, you know, when you're dealing, see, you don't just, when you're talking about, especially marriage, right? When it's something that's becoming more permanent, serious or whatever, you're dealing with their family and everything that's involved with that. You know, it's not just you and the person, you know, in interracial love and harmony, you know what I'm saying? You against the world, right? You got society you're dealing with, like I said, family members that you're dealing with on both sides. You know, really, it's an uphill battle.
These are American women, right? That you.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this is international, though, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, racism is an international business. It's not just homegrown. You know. So even, you know, other races. In fact, I find it that more foreigners are actually more, you know, different groups are more racist, in my opinion, when it comes to this. Even in Islam, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, even Islam. Like I knew of a brother that you know, he was about to marry well, I think she was Palestinian. Yeah, she was Palestinian. This was many years ago, and it was a big issue about it because he was a black man. You know what I mean? Both Muslims. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to have this in Islam, where, you know, there's racism. You know what I mean? That we're not supposed to have this, but you have cultural, tribal, all of that. All, you know,
yeah.
Religion.
Sorry, bro. I agree, bro. It's everywhere. Sorry, bro. I just want. I don't want to see drag on too long. Sorry, bro. I've got callers.
Okay, yeah,
thank you, bro, for that. But yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Sisters for me, man.
That's all your preference.
And
cool, bro.
Sisters for me.
So, Karisha, if you were to bring a new wife that wasn't black, how would you feel about that, Karisha?
I would prefer black. I would prefer black or African descent, only because I go with the, you know, yoke for yoke and, you know, pure for pure, or like he said, and like I said, it's about somebody's experience, right? I mean, it is natural for a person to, you know, want to have some type of cultural, you know, not differences, but similarities, you know, so you connect and bond. I think that to a certain degree, you know, even like you said, within the bounds of Islam, like it's hard for, you know, people to understand certain plights for both for black people or colored people in general. So if he would, I would have to say I would prefer this person to have some type of, you know, knowledge or experience, or, you know, live the lifestyle or not lived in the vacuum, and, you know, his understanding of it. And I would trust him to pick somebody that is a good fit, like I said before. And whether or not, whatever, you know, race or, you know, whatever race or ethnicity they may be.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Krisha. Thanks for that, Gerard. So, brothers, call in if you have any questions for our guests. We want to thank both of them for taking the time out to speak about their current relationship status. Calling, brothers, you know, I have work in the morning, so I can't stay on for too long. You know, it's Monday morning already. So, brothers, call in. I'll give you a couple minutes. If not, I'm going to end the stream early. I've got work in the morning, so I've got to get some studying done as well before I go to bed. So, brothers, call in, and then Miss International, why don't you call in to speak on that then? But yeah, Gerard has a point in some case, but I feel like it's depending on the person and the family. Okay, racism is everywhere, all around the world, so we can't ignore that fact. But there are also good people in every country, and you gotta find the good people. You know that's how life is. So call in, brothers. Call in. So Gerard, these two women that you're chasing in Kenya, how did you find them, bro? You know, how did you meet them?
Well, there's one I met via Tinder, and then the other, funny enough, a friend of hers that I met on Tinder. It's a long story, bro. I don't even want to. that's another day, man. But we met via social apps. You know, yeah, social media. There you go, dating app.
Okay, all right, brothers in the live stream chat. Who would you want to marry if you were in a polygamous relationship? Would you want to marry 2 black women, 1 black woman, 1 Asian woman? Let us know, brothers, and then let's see the reaction of Gerard and Carisha if they agree or disagree. So type in your ideal polygamous relationship. I'll go first. For me, I want a black woman, you know, a foreign black woman. She can be from the Caribbean, Africa, South America, preferably South America. That'll be one of my wives. And then I want a Japanese Brazilian woman as my second wife. So, you know, I've got two foreign exotic wives. How do you feel about that, Carisha? My choice of polygamous wives, South American black woman and a Japanese Brazilian black woman.
I say to each his own, if that's what you prefer. I have no problem with that. I think that everybody has their preferences, right? To say that, you know, to negate, some people like long hair, some people like short hair, some people, you know, as long as you're not like, I would say, and I would hope you aren't like, you know, shallow in the sense of like, as far as like choosing aesthetics over somebody's character. I think I would be more worried about that than, you know, what race you decide or, you know, the preference of women that you like to date. Like, as long as they're good fit for you, I'm fine with that.
Fantastic. Gerard, how do you feel about my my preference for my polygamous wives?
Hey, man, there's a saying, man. I'm gonna try to bake it as nice as possible, man. Who you have sexy relations with, man, doesn't make me ejaculate. You know what I mean? So you know, it doesn't matter, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't police another man's tool, but you know what I'm saying? I don't get into any of that. But when asked of me personally, that's my personal preference. But yeah, bro, I think that's all copacetic, bro. You know what I mean? You know. You what do you say? You like it, I love it. You
know. All right, classic. All right, so I want to end the stream. I want to say a huge thank you to both our guests, Gerard and Carisha. It's been a very insightful stream. Anything last you want to say, Carisha? Then we go to Gerard last. Go on, Carisha.
It was a pleasure coming on. This is my first time, you know, talking about polygamy in general as a whole, and even more specific, like, you know, Western women versus, you know, international women, and, you know, being in that space. So I feel like it was a great conversation, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming on the channel, Carisha. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Mr. Gerard, do you have any closing statements, bro?
Yeah, man. Again, to each his own. I'm not saying every man should be polygamous or whatever. You should do whatever you feel that your heart and finances and energy will allow. I personally, like, I just realized, I came to the realization that I'm a more than one woman man. You know what I mean? I have that desire to deal with it. I have the patience and energy, you know what I'm saying, to deal with multiple women. or whatever. Because not every man can do it. You know what I mean? And I get that. But for those who who want to live in their truest self, and I say do that as well. Don't allow society, because again, men will jump on you and say, that's stupid, or whatever the case may be. Women, of course, are more audible about being against polygamy, man. But we have all this other stuff in the world, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's okay with the other things. I'll just leave it at that. We all know what I'm talking about. But when a man was with two or more women, then all of a sudden that's like the second coming of Satan itself. You know what I'm saying? Which is just ridiculous to me, man. This is what our true nature is. And so with that, what I've done is saying, look, this is who I am. Unapologetically, this is who I am. I don't give a dog on what you think or don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, back to what I was saying to your choices, right? Or I'll put it in the most nicest way. What I eat doesn't make you full, or you know what I'm saying, or what I eat doesn't make you use the bathroom, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? To each his own.
Yes.
So,
yes, indeed. So thank you very much, Gerard. Thank you very much, Carisha. Brothers, this has been a great stream. I'm going to end the stream right now. So brothers, you know where to reach out to me. Here is my IG.